Next, transport of gases. Oxygen is transported from the lungs to tissues by blood. Oxygen is transported by plasma and RBC of the blood. Oxygen is not easily dissolved in water, so only 3% of oxygen transport through dissolved condition in plasma. As dissolved condition, only 3% of oxygen is transported. Remaining 97% is transported as oxyhemoglobin. Remaining 97% is oxygen transported as oxyhemoglobin condition. Hemoglobin is a conjugate protein. Contains both globin and ferrous ions. Hemoglobin is red colored pigment. Hemoglobin contains red color pigment. Each hemoglobin molecule carries maximum 4 oxygen molecule. Each hemoglobin molecule carries maximum 4 oxygen molecules. 1 ml of hemoglobin carries 1.34 ml of oxygen. 1 ml of hemoglobin carries 1.34 ml of oxygen. 100 ml of blood contains 15 grams of hemoglobin. 100 ml of blood contains 15 grams of hemoglobin. So 100 ml of blood carries 20 ml of oxygen. 20 ml of oxygen. Next, the binding of oxygen with hemoglobin primarily depends on oxygen partial pressure. The binding of oxygen with hemoglobin primarily depends on the partial pressure of O2, and other factors also included. These are PCO2, H plus ion concentration, and temperature. These factors affect the binding of oxygen with hemoglobin. In lungs, the partial pressure of O2. At lungs, the partial pressure of O2 is more. So, oxygen binds with hemoglobin. To form oxyhemoglobin. This process is called oxygenation. Oxygen does not oxidize with hemoglobin. Oxygen does not oxidize with hemoglobin, but some gases oxidize hemoglobin to form methemoglobin. For example, ozone. Ozone oxidized with hemoglobin to form methemoglobin. It is toxic substance. Oxygenation means oxygen binds with hemoglobin to form oxyhemoglobin. This process is called oxygenation. Oxygenation. At tissues, the partial pressure of O2 is 40 mmHg. So, in tissues, the oxyhemoglobin is dissociated. Oxyhemoglobin is dissociated into hemoglobin and oxygen. Oxyhemoglobin is dissociated into oxygen and hemoglobin. Oxygen and hemoglobin because of the low partial pressure of the oxygen in the tissues. The oxygen enters into the tissues. Next, oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve. This curve indicates the relationship between percentage of saturation of hemoglobin and partial pressure of oxygen. Oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve indicates relationship between saturation of hemoglobin and partial pressure of oxygen. Oxygen is plotted on x-axis. Saturation of hemoglobin is plotted on y-axis. This oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve is sigmoid shape. Important. Sigmoid shape. Oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve is sigmoid shape. It is help for the studying the oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve helps for the studying the effect of factors on the binding of oxygen with hemoglobin. This oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve helps for the studying the effect of factors on the binding of oxygen with hemoglobin. These factors are pCO2, temperature, H plus ion concentration, and 2,3 diphosphoglycerate. Oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve helps for the studying the effect of factors on the binding of oxygen with hemoglobin. These factors are important. These factors are pCO2, partial pressure of CO2, temperature, H plus ions concentration, and 2,3 diphosphoglycerate. Diphosphoglycerates formed in the RBC during the glycolysis. RBC forms 2,3 diphosphoglycerate. This diphosphoglycerate affects the binding of oxygen with hemoglobin. Saturation means saturation of hemoglobin. Percentage of saturation means the percentage of oxygen binds with hemoglobin. Percentage of oxygen binds with hemoglobin is called percentage of saturation of hemoglobin. When oxygen, hemoglobin carries one oxygen molecule. The percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is 25%. If hemoglobin carries two oxygen molecules, the percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is 50%. If hemoglobin carries three oxygen molecules, the percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is 75%. If hemoglobin carries four oxygen molecules, the saturation of hemoglobin is, percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is 100%. In lungs, the partial pressure of O2 in lungs, this is lung area, the partial pressure of O2, PO2 is equal high PO2, low CO2, low temperature, low 2,3-diphosphoglycerate, low H plus ions, and a high pH. These factors indicates the increase the affinity of oxygen with hemoglobin. These factors increase the affinity of oxygen with hemoglobin. So oxyhemoglobin takes place in the lungs. So this curve moves left side. Important. In lungs, the oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve moves left side because in lung region the partial pressure of O2 is increased high and PCO2 is low, temperature low, and 2,3-diphosphoglycerate is low and H plus ions concentration is low. So this favors the binding of oxygen with hemoglobin. In tissues, PCO2 is high, PO2 is low because partial pressure of PO2 is 40 mmHg. In tissues, these are lung region. This is tissue region. In tissues, the PO2 is low and the PCO2 is high and high temperature and H plus ions concentration increases in tissues. So low pH and high 2,3-diphosphoglycerates. These factors influence the oxyhemoglobin into oxygen and hemoglobin. In lungs, oxyhemoglobin is dissociated into oxygen and hemoglobin because in lungs the partial pressure of O2 is low and the partial pressure of CO2 is high and temperature, H plus ions concentration and 2,3-diphosphoglycerates are increased in tissue region. pH is low. The blood pH is 7.4. In tissues, the blood pH is 7.2. So oxyhemoglobin is dissociated into oxygen and hemoglobin. These factors causes increase the unloading of oxygen into the tissues. The oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve turns right side in the tissues. Important. In fetal stages, the oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve is left side. In fetal stage, the oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve is always left side, because the concentration of oxygen is higher in the fetus and low 2,3 diphosphoglycerides are formed in the fetal condition. So, in fetus, the oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve is shift left side. In lungs, the partial pressure of O2 is 100 mmHg. The percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is 97%. Partial pressure of O2 is 100 mmHg. The percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is 97%. During resting time, it is present in the systemic arteries. 97% of saturation of hemoglobin is present in the systemic arteries. This is systemic artery. In resting condition, the partial pressure of oxygen is 40 mmHg. So, the oxygenated blood dissociates oxygen. The systemic vein, the partial pressure of oxygen 40 mmHg, the percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is 75%. The percentage of saturation of hemoglobin in the systemic vein is 75%. It means complete saturation 100 mmHg, 97% of saturation. In resting condition, the tissues are received by oxygen. Only 22% of oxygen is delivered into the tissues. It means 1/5 of oxygen is delivered into the tissues. Remaining 4/5% of oxygen present in the systemic vein as reserved condition. During resting time, the partial pressure of O2 is 40 mmHg in tissues. That means the percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is 75%. During resting time, the oxygen is 22% of oxygen is delivered into the tissues. Remaining oxygen is 4/5% of oxygen is stored, reserved condition in the systemic veins. Next, during vigorous exercise, the skeletal muscles contain 20 mmHg PO2. The partial pressure of during vigorous exercise, the partial pressure of O2 is 20 mmHg. The percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is 35 percentage. Percentage of saturation of hemoglobin is 35 percentage. 35 percentage. During vigorous exercise, tissues receives 62 percentage of oxygen. 62 percentage of oxygen is received during vigorous exercise. In vigorous exercise, the skeletal muscles contains 20 mmHg of PO2. It means the partial pressure of O2 decreases. Partial pressure of O2 decreases. The percentage of saturation of hemoglobin also decreases. The partial pressure of O2 decreases. The percentage of saturation of hemoglobin also decreases. Next, Bohr effect. Bohr effect. Bohr effect means the concentration of the effect of PCO2, and H plus ions. The effect of PCO2 and H plus ion concentration on the oxygen affinity of hemoglobin is called Bohr effect. The effect of PCO2 and H plus ions concentration on the oxygen affinity of hemoglobin is called Bohr effect. Bohr effect present in the tissues. Bohr effect present in the tissues. Harden effect. Harden effect occurs in the lungs. Harden effect occurs in the lungs. Bohr effect occurs in the tissues. During normal condition, every 100 ml of oxygenated blood can deliver 5 ml of oxygen into the tissues. In lungs, the affinity of oxygen is increased. And unloading of oxygen is decreases. In tissues, the unloading of oxygen is increases. And affinity of oxygen is decreases. This is the oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve.